In this video, we're going to share with you how we combined two casino offers to upgrade our room.
Yes, and we will absolutely be transparent on how much it cost us in fees, taxes, and also in the casino.
Hi, I'm Crystal.
And I'm Marshall.
And welcome back to the channel. At this channel, we share all things cruising, ships, trips, and tips. And this is definitely a tips video we have for you today. But if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And if you find this video helpful, please be sure to give it a like.
Yeah, sounds good. We had a great time on another cruise on Icon of the Seas. We did videos about the whole cruise, but we did spend more time in the casino, and we did another thing. We tried something different, and it worked out terrific.
As you said, this video is about Icon of the Seas, but currently we are on Odyssey of the Seas, and we have met some amazing people on board.
Absolutely, and I do want to shout out to Charles, who just told us that he made Prime and is an avid follower, so good for you, Charles.
Congratulations.
Yes.
But we were on Icon of the Seas.
Episode 3, Icon of the Seas.
And by the way, we love that ship. If you haven't seen our ship tour and all the things on that ship, you should definitely check those out. But in the meantime, we hit the casino a little bit.
A little bit. It was a wonderful casino, a lot of non-smoking area, a lot of games, a lot of open space, and we found ourselves going there a few times.
So the first thing we always do is go to the casino host desk and we scan the QR code and see what offerings they have, what sailings they have based on different point levels. So the 400 point, we found a cruise that actually fit in our schedule. That was the first thing. It was only a 3-night cruise, so it's kind of it was a weekend cruise.
Yeah, which is really good for us because we're close to the port. And it was, if I remember correctly, an inside room for one, but combined, if we each got 400 points, then we would have an inside room covered
For two.
So that was terrific, but we always like to look at least one step ahead. And then we looked to see what the 600 points were. And what was that?
It was an interior room for 2.
Right.
Let me just double check. Yes, interior, 3 nights for 2 guests.
And that's when we started to remember how you can combine these offers. So if there's 2 guests at the same level, you can go up a level. So we're like, oh, if we both make that level, bam, we'll have an ocean view room, fees and taxes that we need to pay, but basically for free.
We set a budget. So I have my budget, he has his budget, and we started playing, and I started winning quite a bit actually. So I said, wow, I'm at like 750 something in the points. So then Marshall gets on his phone and checks the 800 point value and learned.
And they jumped a lot. So all of a sudden for 800 points, Crystal, if she just got a few more points, would get a balcony for 2. And then I was like, hey, Crystal, if I have an inside room for 2 and you have a balcony room for 2, that gets us a junior suite for 2. And I was like, let's
keep going,
keep
baby.
Going. Yeah.
So yeah, I hit, I think 805 points or something. I did find a really good machine. It was this Hawaiian lady or something, and like if you touched her belly she giggled, and anyway she just kept giving and giving and giving. So
you kept tickling and tickling and tickling.
I kept, yeah. Anyway, we went to the casino house and they printed us our instant rewards, and we did confirm with him that we could combine both those offers. When we called the Casino Royale number once we got home and we asked to upgrade, blah blah blah, they said yes, no problem. So we upgraded the room to a 3-night cruise for 2.
Okay, I gotta say, the one thing we also do,
Okay.
I know, you've heard it, I check all the time the different awards and things like that, and I was checking while you were on the phone exactly how much does this cruise cost,
Yeah.
if we were just paying from scratch. Like,
Yeah.
is it worth it or not? And thanks to the Royal algorithm, they had an anomaly. The junior suite, which we were awarded, was actually more expensive than a grand suite. So I passed that information to Crystal. You were on the phone.
Yeah, that poor guy.
And you asked that question. It's like, hey, if the grand suite is less, can we get it with no charge?
So he had to go check with his supervisor. He was gone for a while. So he came back and said, okay, yes, I have approval to upgrade your room for free. So we ended up getting a 3-night cruise for 2 in a grand suite. And we are very much looking forward to that because we've only stayed in a grand suite one other time. It was actually on Enchantment of the Seas. We filmed the room tour, which we'll link below, and we also benefited from all the suite deals, the suite benefits, I guess.
You may know, you may not know, but the junior suites, that middle level junior, you get some benefits, but a grand suite allows a whole bunch of other benefits, including access to the suite lounge. So it was definitely, certainly for the same price, worth asking for.
Yeah.
Right? So before we give you the exact details of how much this grand suite costs, we want to answer a question that has come up in the comments, which is why don't we just use one of our cards that we both play on? And we'll give you the straight answer right here.
The straight answer is, well, first of all, we looked it up and I think it's actually against their policy. So I'm such a rule follower. I just couldn't do it. And you actually read some horror stories of people winning like a big time and like, what do they call it? A hand pay?
Yep.
And they actually didn't get the money because they were playing with someone else's card.
Correct. So against the policy, they may look the other way or not know if you're doing it, but if you do win $1,000+ where they're going to pay it out individually, you got to be the person on the machine.
Second thing is, for obvious reasons on this situation, having multiple deals, like 2 offers, we were able to combine them. And secondly, or thirdly now, Marshall's working toward Prime status. I'm working towards Prime status. We're both super, super close. And we're going to be able to get 2 7-day cruises for 2 if we both get Prime.
Yeah, and it's kind of fun to cheer each other on this effort to get to Prime. So that really pretty much explains why we play with our own card. It's against the rules, and there's some really valid reasons not to even try to break those rules.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, on to exactly what this grand suite cost us.
Boom, ba-da-bum. Okay, so I earned 800 points, as we said. I played $305.
Cue the
I set a budget of 400, but I only needed 305. So I was really happy with that game that kept giving. Marshall earned 600 points and he spent in the casino $476.
Clearly I didn't tickle that lady on the machine enough.
No. Thank you.
Okay.
So we spent $200 while we were on board. We booked our next cruise to get our reservation number. Right. So we spent that $200, and then taxes and fees for this 3-day cruise was an additional $102.12. So together, taxes and fees were $302.12. When we add up the $302.12 taxes and fees, plus what we each played in the casino, we paid $1,083.12 for this grand suite.
For 3 days.
For 3 days. Now, as of October 12th, when we looked up to see, okay, well, how much are we actually saving?
Right.
The grand suites are sold out. So we could only really look at the junior suite, which is obviously a little bit of a step down from the grand suite. The junior suite is going for $1,880.12. So we saved about $800. Plus, we don't know really how much the grand suite would cost if there were one available.
Right. So it's a minimum amount. We also get double the points, so it's worth a 6-day cruise in a balcony. So there's a lot of pluses. But I think the takeaway is, and we both wind up saying it along with almost the entire folks in the Casino Royale program, free cruises. It's not actually free, but it's a really good discount if you just look for kind of the nuggets in those instant rewards.
Yeah, we would never pay $1,883.12 for a 3-day cruise.
No.
Never.
No.
But hey, we would pay $302.12 for a 3-day cruise. And we're going to have a great weekend that weekend.
That's true.
It'll be fun.
That's true.
So,
the one thing I think we do want to stress is that we continue to stay within a budget and we don't go over that budget. And that's important because, boy, with all the tickling and the lights and the noise, you can really get into a rhythm and spend way above what you really need to spend or have to spend. So just, it's a little cliche, but play responsibly, and at least you can probably get some rewards and some discounted cruises by still playing responsibly.
yeah. So if you have any questions, let us know. We'll link all the videos we talked about before, about the Grand Suite and the previous 2 casino videos. And yeah, hope this was helpful.
Take care.